Welcome to Daytona Beach, Florida. Site of tonight's SimWrapMarket.com Truck Series qualifying underway. See Boulevard in the 10 heading out on track. The Propel pink and white machine. All the drivers going to try and maximize their get up to speed lap. See him run about a lane off the wall, I would guess. JR, good luck in the racer. Appreciate your look. Watch Bill come on around to start his lap. Then we'll hop through a little bit. Bill enters the tri-oval. Start finish right in the middle of the tri-oval. Looks like Bill is one of the first ones out there, along with number 5, Justin Wilkinson. The SimWrapMarket.com truck having a Halloween theme to it this week. Used to the black, red, and white number 5 and blue. Now it is all purple and orange for Halloween. Jake trying to do sound commands. That one you can do. You just have to use channel points, Jake. It'll be a little quieter than usual. See Dustin Franklin, 74, Fort Worth screen printing truck out on track. Ethan Evers, 26, dysautonomia awareness truck. Brendan Bikey, we're used to seeing that red with the white stripes paint scheme out there with us, but this one for the Truck Series. Bikey making a truck start here tonight. Dude Castro Neves in the 34, SimWrapMarket Ford. David Snook making a start in the 61. Jeremy Klepper Newell in the Reese's Toyota. Nice Halloween scheme going there. Time starting to trickle in. 7 trucks for the time. So far, Snook on top. Franklin is second. Llewellyn the third best lap. Mike Edwards in the 14 jumps up to second. He's going to be a one and done. Puts his lap in on the first lap and pulls it to a stop. Ethan Evers gets up there and grabs second away from Mike Edwards. Hayden, thank you so much for the resub there. Appreciate you, my friend. 7 months. A lot of support. Appreciate you, my man. Evers working around. Unlike his teammate, he stayed in the throttle. Snook went ahead and ran both laps. His second lap was slower. Ethan Evers also running both laps. We'll see if he picks up or not. And he is nearly 2/10 slower on that second lap. Jake with the resub. 9 months. 2-upping Hayden Lowell there. Appreciate you, Jake. Ethan Evers does run slower in his second lap. Looks like a number of drivers are slower on their second lap, but one driver that was not, Bill Rivard, put his fastest time in on his second. J Munch looks like he used his first lap as a get up to speed lap, so he will be on lap number 2 here. Ryan with the hydrate. You got it, sir. And I just finished my cup, so I'm going to grab a bottle behind me. J Munch in the 69 works around. Goes to P11. John Garrett goes top of the charts on his first lap in the 91. Garrett picked up a win Tuesday night. Talladega. Now showing off his super speedway prowess as he's sitting on front row in the Truck Series this week as well. "23 trucks here. 15 have put in an official lap. It looks like no one else is going to attempt. So the final 8 trucks will all start in the back, and John Garrett's going to be your pole sitter tonight. Let's go see if we can grab a word with John T. Garrett. John, DG, you got a copy?
10-4.
Well, you won Talladega this week, and now you're on the pole at Daytona. How you feeling out there tonight?
I am liking that. We're Fort Worth's almost lined up 1-3-5-7 if Dustin would have went a little slower. So We should get a good start here.
You can't be mad at him for being quick, though.
Right.
But yeah, you should be able to get the team working together pretty quickly there, and a lot of team games are going to be played tonight, I am sure, with the strategy at Plate Racing. What do you got to do to make this work out long term? You just try to stay towards the front, or you want to drop towards the back?
Yeah, I think we're going to race hard up front for a while and see what happens. And if we get in trouble, we may ride it out to the end. We're all pretty safely in the playoffs, so we can play a little dangerously tonight.
10-4. We'll get that beautiful truck on track so I can do starting lineup.
10-4.
John Garrett in the 91 winning the pole tonight. If he can get on track for us. There he goes. Start running through our starting lineup here. John Garrett, the Dead Parrot Rum Chevrolet on pole. Let's go ahead and get our music brought to you by Labor 12. Appreciate Labor 12 for providing our starting lineup music. Check out labor12.com. Check out more of their tunes. All right, John Garrett on the pole. David Snook starting second in the number 61 Perform Ford F-150. Ethan Evers, the 26 Dysautonomy Awareness Cave RP Toyota, rolls off in the third spot. Bill Rivard's Propel Strawberry Lemonade Chevrolet starts fourth. Mike Edwards' Breast Cancer Awareness Cave RP Fort Worth Screen Printing Toyota starts in fifth. Dustin Franklin Fort Worth Screen Chevrolet starts in sixth. Justin Wilkinson's SimWrapMarket Halloween Scheme rolls off in the seventh spot. Clapper Newell's Reese's Toyota starts in eighth. Richard Hurst running the 76 out here tonight. He'll start in the ninth spot in his Ford. Brandon Bikey, his red Chevrolet, rolls off 10th. J Much, the Raptor Chevy, starts 11th. Dudes Castro Neves, SimWrapMarket.com Ford F-150 starts 12th. Daniel Llewellyn, the Labor 12 Chevrolet, starts in 13th. Cody Cleaver in the Nesquik Chevy, 14th. Randy Lee's the Labor 12 Chevrolet starts 15th. He's the drummer for Labor 12, so shout out Randy Lee. Zach Margison in the Easton's Ford starts in 16th. Damon Nagel in the Trevor Project Ford starts 17th. JR Deal Swiss Army Toyota starts in 19th. Ryan Brennan, the Bomb Squad Chevrolet, 19th. Scott Baker in the Fort Worth Screen Printing Chevrolet starts in 20th. Jake Lawrence, the Jake from State Farm Swiss Army Toyota, starts 21st. Hunter Karsten in the 2-4 Speed Ford starts 22nd. Chris Alkire, the Navy Ford, rolls off 23rd. We got them all in there. Got them all in there. 70 lap race tonight from Daytona. Regular season finale will decide who makes the playoffs tonight. In about 70 laps time. Give or take some potential green-white checker situations. Ford Mustang dives one off the track. We're going to get it underway with John Garrett and David Snook on the front row. Field storms off towards turn number 1. Engines coming up the full song. Got 3 of the Fort Worth trucks lined up on that inside line together. David Snook does not have his teammate with him tonight, so Snook kind of on his own. Looks like the 5 of Justin Wilkinson going to play it safe early on, jumps out of line, drops to the back. Garrett gets the Dead Parrot Rum Chevy out in front. Inside line pulling ahead through the corner. Outside line is going to push down the straights better. Hayden reminded me of that wonderful thing that I keep doing. Thank you, Hayden. We got an extra lap of Labor 12 music. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. David Snook, the top line, working. Has to take the long way around through the corners, but it winds up on the straightaways, and that's why they stay side by side for so long at these tracks. See Ethan Evers giving all kinds of push to the 91 of John Garrett. Evers struck a little twitch there. Jumped down to the apron, but alright. Bill Rivard hooked right on the back of that 61 of Snook. Oh, there's a wreck! Looks like Clapper Newell was involved in the 21. Trying to get back there. There we go. Daniel Llewellyn, Randy Lee, both Labor 12 trucks involved. Seemed to start around the 21. Let's go back and see what happened. Let's try far chase here. Get a little bit better idea. It's like Clapper Newell just comes off the corner, drifts down into the inside line, and inside line stacks up. See a bunch of trucks making contact. Llewellyn sliding to pit road. Landy Lee into the grass. But the 21 Clapper Newell messed up there. Came down off the top side down into the bottom lane, and then Netcode took over from there. We have our first caution. Did not take long. See if we can get a word with the 21. Jeremy, DG, got a copy? He is muted. Let me unmute him. Jeremy, DG, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, it looked like your truck was a little out of shape coming off of 4 there. Is that what happened? Your truck kind of break loose and came down to the inside line?
I had an issue with my wheel.
Oh, had an issue with the wheel?
Yes.
Oh, it just come out of your hand?
Basically my force feedback went away and then all of a sudden it came back.
Oh, so it jerked the wheel on you.
And I really didn't want to stay out, but...
Well, what'd you do that for?
I can't really, like... No, it's all on me. Like, my wheel, like, lost all force feedback and then it came back again, so... I don't know.
Yeah, that'll jerk you right out your hands. That's not fun. All right, well, check your wiring. Make sure it's all connected up snug, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Clapper Newell in the 21. We're getting a check on him, see what was going on there in the 21, because it looked kind of odd. So we thought we would have a chat. And see Llewellyn still sitting on pit road. He's probably taking some damage repair, not wanting to use fast repair too soon. Man, none of these shots are very good on pit road at Daytona. There we go. Llewellyn. See the 16 of Brennan. The 86 of Nagel. I didn't see him get into it, but maybe part of the accordion as well towards the back of the pack. Bill Rivard out front as Snook came down for fuel. Top 8 stayed out here. A lot of other trucks pitting for fuel, and David Snook looks like he took a set of tires. Normally don't take tires at Daytona, but interesting. So Rivard takes over as the leader. John Garrett second. Ethan Evers third. Dustin Franklin fourth. Mike Edwards fifth. Bill Rivard, the 10/10 driver, in front of 4 Fort Worth screen printing drivers. Goodness gracious. We're dropping a whole bunch of emotes on us. What up, dude? And Mikey is 6th now. Cody Cleaver up to 7th. And then JR Deal staying out goes up to 8th. Margison came down for fuel only. He'll be 9th. Castro Neves fuel only 10th. Snook took a tires in 11th. Hunter Karsten fuel only 12th. Scott Baker, Chris Alkire fuel only 13th and 14th. And then Jay Munch 15th with some damage repair. He went through the grass and had a little contact in that most recent incident. He's currently 16th. Back there with Randy Lee. Jeremy Clapper Newell wanted to bring out that caution. Looks like he went down pit road the second time. Justin Wilkinson, he fell back to the back on purpose. He'll be restarting 20th. Jake Lawrence back there with him 21st. Damon Nagel coming back down pit road. Daniel Wallen showing 1 lap down in the 23s. He took a lot of damage repair and hoping for some wave rounds. Brian, hello, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome on in. Hope you're getting ready for a nice truck race here. 5 laps into it. Had 2.5 under green before truck on the top side came down. Little netcode created an incident towards the back. Deciding who makes the playoffs and who doesn't tonight. Real quick look at the playoffs. You see 1 point between Clapper Newell and Jonathan Ledger. Ledger not in this race tonight. He has some issues with his computer, so we'll just say his truck kind of broke down and not able to make the race. Tough break for Ledger. He'll fall out of the top 12. We'll see how it goes. Yo, Man Cave, 22 months. What a legend. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much for all your support for our channel and my race team. Appreciate you, my man. Cave RP trucks are lined up on that inside line, right behind Bill Rivard. That's awesome, Bryant. We appreciate you guys in Cave RP watching inside the city. Very much appreciate everyone there. Hello, everyone. Bill Rivard leads in the Propel Chevrolet. Bill, part of that Cave RP group. John Garrett, our pole sitter, working the top side with his teammate Dustin Franklin. Those Fort Worth screen trucks starting to get some speed on the top line. Got a long way to go. Hopefully these guys will settle in and appreciate the 2x2 racing and not get too crazy here. Just now getting to the 10% lap. See these trucks dancing around a little bit. It looks super easy to do this, and if you're by yourself it is super easy, but it's when you get all in a pack that it starts to become difficult. And you have to push the truck in front of you very close, or else you're not going to make any speed and you're going to go backwards. So if you're wondering why they're all right on top of each other, they're doing it to make speed. It makes the trucks faster. It's called drafting. They'll actually use the air to move the truck in front of them forward. And then by doing that, it helps both trucks gain speed. John Garrett and Dustin Franklin both dropped to the bottom in front of Bill Rivard. Top line seems to always be the OP here. Brandon Bikey in the 3, red and white truck on the outside line, making his first truck start. He's out there in the lead now. JR Deal wasn't quite squared up on him, had to lift while he was trying to push. Bumpers on these trucks are round, so if you try to hit them, truck in front of you in the wrong spot, it can easily turn them around and cause a very large wreck. So you see the outside line falling back now as JR Deal had to lift and not turn the 3 truck in front of him. Those of you Cave RP folks, that 10 truck of Bill Rivard is Hunter Hawkins. That 9 of JR Deal, that's Outlaw. Mike Edwards in the 14 gave it a go over the weekend. He's in that white and pink 14. Bill gets shuffled onto the apron. He's probably going to have to lift. Ethan Evers gave him a little room to come back up, but Rivard choosing not to take it. He's just going to drift onto the back now that he's been shuffled out. He's going to try to rejoin behind Randy Lee and keep the draft here. If he can stay within a second, he should still have draft. And he's falling back quickly. It's already over a second back now. Rivard probably going to lose the draft here. Rivard now hoping for a caution is the 3 truck. Brandon Bikey working the top with the help from JR Deal. That's Chris Alkire in the 43, all kinds of out of shape in the back of the field. Keeps it going in the right direction. Loses a spot to Justin Wilkinson. On John Garrett, our pole sitter, Dustin Franklin, team truck 1-2 on the inside line. Trying to work together. A little bit of what Larry Mack calls co-opetition. Cooperation and competition. Now the inside line has 4 Fort Worth screen printing trucks lined up nose to tail. Outside line it is the 3 of Bikey, the 9 of Deal, 55 of Margison, and then the 71 of Baker. The Chief, as we call him. Just go start using everybody's nicknames. The 9 is Outlaw, the 71 is Chief. It'll work, trust me. Margison falling back a bit from JR Deal. That outside line going to start to suffer a little bit because of that. So come start lap 12. John Garrett leading that lap. It looks chaotic, but it also looks calm at the same time. It's hard to explain. The trucks dance side to side so much. It's all about trying to keep that line as smooth as possible to get your momentum and speed up. Then if you're on that top line, you can kind of crouch down on the inside line, pinch them down, dump some air on their spoilers, slow them down. A little bit of side drafts. The tighter you run on them through the corners, the more it helps that top line. But it's also very dangerous to get down low close to them because any little bobble will cause a massive accident. See the 34 dudes, Castro Neves, a little out of shape, getting down below the yellow line. Bikey now falling all the way to 5th on that outside line. Outside line just not getting it going at the moment. So those 4 Fort Worth screen trucks all working together. 2 Chevys, 2 Toyotas, 2 different camps. John Garrett, Dustin Franklin with the 91 and 74. Then Ethan Evers and Mike Edwards, the 26 and 14. Looks like, is that Hurst? Richard Hurst has jumped up to the top side as they approach lap traffic as well. We're going to have to go 3 wide around the 23 of Daniel Llewellyn. Things will get tight here. So far, so good. Everyone's making around Llewellyn. Oh my gosh, Clapper Newell just went all the way to the apron to go around him. Everyone makes it by. Lap traffic can be an issue because they're running so much slower. You catch them so quick, and if the truck in front of you, you don't know it's coming, it can be a big mess. So the top side now, Hurst, Bikey, and JR Deal. They're trying to do it just as a 3-truck group. The more trucks you have in your line, usually the better it is, but you have to be close together. And Bikey able to get right on the back bumper of Hurst. That's making that fewer truck disadvantage not such a big deal. Bikey able to push Hurst all the way around the track. Even in the corners, that's impressive. And you see Hurst getting right down on that inside line. That pulls the trucks back if you can get your nose next to their rear spoiler, dump a bunch of air on it, slow them down. The danger of that, as we said earlier, that bottom line touches the apron or bobbles in any sort of way, you're getting a wreck. Lap 16 is just not worth it. Drivers do get 1 fast repair, so they can come down and instantly repair their vehicle if they can make it back to the pits. Otherwise, they have to take a tow. Working lap 16 of 70. Did have the 1 caution at lap 3. 4 truck incident coming off turn number 4. At the moment, it starts to seem like they're settling in just to ride, trying to make it to the pit stops. Pit stops are all important. You can't get the penalty. You got to get on and off pit road with your team so that you don't get left out of the draft. Let's check in on trucks that may have lost the draft. Wilkinson's still hanging on. Jake Lawrence has lost the draft. He has Bill Rivard. And I believe that is the 86 of Damon Nagel. Nagel 1 lap down, but he's running with him. So the 68 and 10 are teammates at 10 Cents Racing. They're trying to work together, get back towards the front. Yeah, Hayden. Much to your surprise, the goal is to not be penalized on pit road. Randy Lee has lost the draft. He's all by himself out there in 19th. And Bombshell Ryan Brennan out there in 20th. You see, he is not too far in front of the pack, so he's hoping for a caution very quickly, or he will be going a lap down as the field. Let's go on board this 16 and watch the field just swallow him up. See that blob of trucks coming at him. It's going to be real important for Ryan to hold his line when the field gets there and not do anything unexpected. As you run in a pack like that, they go so much faster than a single vehicle. Looks like he's going to be the gentleman, move to the top, give the field the bottom line. Nice thing to do. Here comes the field. Ryan all the way up to the wall. He's actually rubbing the wall, giving him all the room possible. It'll slow him down. That's actually going to hurt him a bit if he can't catch onto the back of the field. I think he slowed down too much, and Ryan's going to end up losing the draft again. So now you're lucky dog if we get a caution. The first vehicle off the lead lap will get the wave around. Get to get back on the lead lap. Currently Ryan Brennan in that position. He just wasn't able to hold on to the back of the field, so there he is by himself. He'll probably be caught by this group. Damon Nagel has two drafting buddies to try and catch him. John Garrett continues to lead in the 91. Richard Hurst, 76, continues to lead that outside line in front of Mikey and JR Deal. I told JR I'm going to start putting outlaw on all his trucks. Hurst gets the nose of that Ford out in front. '91 gets to take the short way around all the way at the bottom of the track. That outside line starting to push forward again. At one point, the first four trucks on the inside were all free, and now they're coming to pit road. Top four on the inside line, all coming to pit road, the Fort Worth team. They brought some others with them. I believe that's Justin Wilkinson, Scott Baker. Looks like the 21 of Clapper Newell, all hitting pit road. Jake Lawrence, Bill Rivard have come down. So a big group of trucks coming down. Some trucks pitted on lap 4, some did not. But that time, a bunch of them came down together, so they're going to have a whole lot of speed when they come out if they can stay together. Top 8 trucks still out on track. Mike Edwards leading the brigade off pit road. They've taken their gas-only stops, no tires here. Typical thing at Daytona, you see them not take tires very often. We'll jump up front. 4 trucks stay out, 4 come to pit road. So that's going to hurt them even more. That field getting smaller and smaller, and the fewer trucks you have in your pack, the slower you go. 4 trucks peel off here. They're going to try and come back out together. Lead pack now. Looks like a whole lot of Fords. Didn't know he had that many Fords in Sidewinder. Richard Hurst, Dude Castroneves, Zachary Martin, Hunter Karsten, all the Ford teams out on track still. See if they come this time by. Looks like all of these trucks did pit. Here they peel off. Well, some of them. Castroneves is just going to go around by himself. That's going to be a very slow lap time for Castroneves. He is catching Damon Nagel. Maybe he can get a draft and it not be horrible for him, but it's just not going to go well. So here's the field that pitted together. They got about 6 trucks in their pack. They are catching up to JR Deal. There's the 9 truck. There's the 61 of Snook. These are the trucks that pit. That next time by, there's the 3 of Bikey and the 4 of Cleaver. So they are coming up to speed. Mike Edwards, Dustin Franklin, John Garrett, Ethan Evers, all working together. Kind of, until Mike Edwards drops down to the bottom. John Garrett leaves him out. And now we're back to 2 packs at the front. And they're starting to catch this other group that pit. There is the speed difference. They're going to get left behind as they're trying to catch up. They might lose this lead draft. We'll see if Hurst is able to hang on or not. Castroneves, meanwhile, pitting all by himself. He's going to be in trouble. There's no way Castroneves will keep the draft. See that 3-truck pack at the back of this. That was the last group to pit. Hurst currently is within 1 second, and that is about the distance for the draft, so he should be okay. I think they'll catch up. This trio will be able to hang on to the draft, but I think Castroneves is in a big problem. See the field all working together. He's still down on the apron, hasn't even gotten to the backstretch yet. Goes the field racing by Castroneves as they all take the lead away from Castroneves. He's going to try to hang on to the draft. We'll see if he's able to do so in 15th. See the field driving away from him. Castroneves currently 1.05 back. Oh, it looks like someone lifted at the back of the field. It's like Margison lifted at the back of the field. That's going to allow Castroneves to save the draft. So nice help from his Ford F-150 teammate there. It's Castroneves and Margison work together. Oh, wreck! JR Deal! Outlaw has gone around. And there is the yellow flag. That would have Castroneves getting a piece of it right at the end. That's going to allow all the trucks that were not in the lead pack catch back up. Our second caution of the race, JR Deal. Let's see what happens. We are crash. It's already backwards there. See Hurst on the outside, Deal in the middle. 3 wide there, the netcode rears its ugly head. Can't get away from the netcode. JR Deal then backs into Castroneves. See Scott Baker had a piece of it in the 71. Hurst gets a little bobble there, and then iRacing thinks that he makes contact with the 9, and around the 9 goes. Gets a piece of Castroneves. Let's see what happened to Baker. Oh, he gets head-on into JR. See, 76 comes down a little bit. iRacing thinks it's a big deal. Baker gets a little out of shape. Got a piece of the wall, and a piece of JR Deal, but nothing too significant, I don't think. See who got it on the bottom lane. David Snook. No, that's the 27. Hunter Karsten. Pretty solid contact there for Karsten. Just does miss Baker too. See what I look like on board. The 27 of Hunter Karsten. JR Deal, nothing he could do. Significant front end damage to the 27. He's going to have to get that repaired when she comes to pit road. See if he takes the quick repair or if he sits there and takes the long repair. Quick repair for Hunter Karsten in the 12. Look at nobody. Cody Cleaver, Brandon Bikey, on and off pit road. They all had 16-second pit lane trips, but doesn't show them actually stopping in their box. So that's confusing. And John Garrett, he's showing us taking fuel. Ethan Evers, Dustin Franklin, Mike Edwards, all in the same boat with fuel here. J Munch, 8th spot, took tires and fuel. 8th spot for him. Hunter Karsten, tires, fuel, and a fast repair in 9th spot. Clapper Newell, fuel only now in 10th. Saw Hurst come down. He's probably taking that fast repair. We can check though. Find out for sure. Who's burned him? Who still got him? Karsten took one. Hurst did take his. JR Deal just took his. Chris Alkire's taken one. Let's check on our 21st, 22nd, and 23rd drivers. Let's see, Lee and Nagel have taken them. It's not showing Daniel Llewellyn for some reason, but there is a 23rd driver, I promise you. I promise you there is 23 drivers. Daniel Wallen in the 23 truck is 23rd. Now it shows him on pit road. Looks like Randy Lee may have retired from the event. Now we see those 3 trucks that look like they rolled down pit road coming back down. Cleaver. A lot of trucks want to top off the fuel tanks here, so they can stay out as long as possible under green if we get another green flag run like we just did. So we're under caution once again. 76 of Hurst got a little bobble out of shape up on the top line, came down into JR Deal. Trying to see if Hurst's hanging out in any of the broadcast channels. He is. Let's have a quick word with him. Richard, DG, got?
Yes, sir, I do.
Maybe just checking in on you, see what maybe happened there in that accident there. You were 3 wide on the top side. Looked like the truck got a little out of shape on you. What happened?
I thought I was about to hit the wall, and I may have came down, but I didn't think I hit anybody. If I did, I apologize. I know there, race control said there may have been a little bit of net code involved.
Oh yeah, big time.
That's what I thought also, but we had a good run on the outside. I was trying to do something with it, and it pretty much stalled out. But apologize for anybody that got involved in that. But.
When you jerked it off the wall, it made iRacing think that there was contact, even though there clearly wasn't. And around went JR, and the wreck ensued from there. But we were just checking to see what maybe happened to your truck. Last driver we talked to, he said something happened with his wheel. So yeah, it's always good to check in, see what happened. All right, buddy. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
That's 22/76 Richard Hurst. He has 22 in the driver Discord, but actually 76 out on track. Pace car is diving on off, and here we go. Back to green flag racing. We have John Garrett on the inside, Ethan Evers on the outside. His team trucks are lined up 1, 2, 3, and 4. John Garrett gets a big jump out there on that inside line, trying to pull Dustin Franklin up there with him. See damage on the 3rd truck on the inside line. David Snook in 61 has some front end damage on that Ford F-150. He's going to want to stay in line. If he tries to get out and lead a line, he's going to go backwards in a hurry with that kind of nose. So we'll make sure that 61 stays tucked in. If he doesn't, you don't want to be behind him. Working lap 29 of 70, closing in on halfway. We're getting there. Franklin has cleared the 26 of Ethan Evers, but here comes that topside line with help from Hunter Karsten. And I believe that's Richard Hurst behind Karsten. Yes, it is. Margison. Bill Rivard starting to work his way back to the front in the 10 after that incident. Sent him to the back. We got the 3rd line foreman. Here we go. Bill Rivard all the way to the top. Guys behind him have no idea which lane to go in. Rivard and Deal, 10-10's teammates trying to work that top lane. Looks like Ethan Evers, Mike Edwards trying to run both the middle and top lane, but not going to be able to stay there. As we're going 3 wide for 3rd. Before long, that top line is going to be battling for the lead. That middle line is going to be falling back. There's only 2 trucks in it now. It's Hunter Karsten and the 76 of Hurst have gone to the top. Oh, Cody Cleaver so close to hitting the 26 there. Bill Rivard drops down in front of Ethan Evers in the 26. And then jumps back to the top side. Now Evers and Edwards drop to the bottom line. Now there's back to 2 lines. As Rivard and Deal have had a hostile takeover there. Hunter Hawkins and Outlaw taking over that top line. So team trucks 1-2 with John Garrett and Dustin Franklin. Snook in the 61 jumps to the top, takes Cody Cleaver with them, but Snook has that front end damage, so this could be very detrimental to that outside line. Snook probably not going to get a whole lot of energy building as the aerodynamics on that Ford F-150 are all jacked up. Cleaver's going to wonder why he can't push him very good. It's basically like an air brake on the front of that 61, the way that nose is. You saw a lot of other trucks been able to use that top line and get momentum, but just nothing working for that 61 because of that damage. With where they were on that inside line, they should have been able to push ahead of the 91. All the trucks lined up behind them. They just can't go anywhere with that 61's nose damage. This would be the time that you would think the 10 and 9 would try to make that third line again to dump out that damaged machine. Maybe they don't know the 61 is broken. Closing in on halfway. Don't have any halfway points in this series, so it's just a fun little point to point out there. Ethan Evers fell back from Dustin Franklin. See both the 26 and 14 drifted up the track there together. Fresh's tires belong to that red and white striped number 3 machine on the inside line. Brandon Bikey. Bikey had a 16-second stop. So we're assuming he took tires there. You really can run the whole race on one set of tires at Daytona. Really don't matter all that much. Can make your truck a little more stable if you have fresher tires towards the end. But it's not worth a whole lot. John Garrett, Dustin Franklin lead the inside. Snook, with the help of Cleaver, somehow on that outside line, briefly got that 61 truck out in front. I am amazed. Hunter Carson almost into the wall there in the 27. Second black truck on that outside line. Who's going to lead this halfway lap? Not that it matters at all, but it's fun to talk about. Just extra bragging rights. Bill Rivard shooting the middle, gets Cody Cleaver up onto the top side. John Garrett leads that lap. Looks like Snook's gone up to stay with Cleaver. That's going to allow Rivard and Deal to shoot the middle. 69 of Joel Munchel. 27 of Carson is the Rex on behind. Hurst is involved in the 22. Cody Cleaver. 34 of Castro Neves. Couldn't tell where that one started, but I think around the Cleaver truck. So he's all the way up at the wall. Snook gets into the wall, and that's kind of where it starts. Cleaver then tries to get away from Snook, comes down into Hurst. Hurst in the 76 makes contact with the wall. He's banged up pretty good. The 4 truck driving sideways, doing a little crab walking. See the 16 Ryan Brennan involved. Scott Baker. I don't know if Baker got a piece or not. Truck looks clean. Let's see. Baker was able to get through that unscathed or not. I think he just comes to a stop. There's the wreck right in front of him. Baker hard on the brakes, doesn't hit a thing. Great job, Scott Baker, getting that truck slowed down in time. That is hard to do. Let's watch that one from his roof cam as that all unfolds in front of him. Somehow we're on the 10. Not where we wanted to be at all. There's Baker right behind in the back. And this is why some drivers opt to drop to the back, where it can be a little bit safer. You see this happens in the middle. Accident all around him, but he's at the back, so there's no one to run over him from behind. And he just slows down enough that he doesn't get involved in the wreck. Great wreck avoidance by Scott Baker in the 71. The Chief. Nice job, Chief. That's going to send some trucks to pit lane. Hurst among them. As we know, Hurst was also in our last caution, so Hurst is probably going to have to take the repairs the long way. Now the leader's coming down pit road. John Garrett, Dustin Franklin, Bill Rivard, Ethan Evers, J.R. Deal, Mike Edwards, everyone in the top 15. Garrett hits his pit box. Let's see if we can get a better shot down the pit lane. Eventually. There we go. It's right at pit lane. Should everyone roll out. Mur with the gifted sub. Mur, we appreciate you gifting a sub to Daniel Llewellyn. Thank you so much, my friends. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Alright, that shakes up the strategy once again. And Clapper Newell in the 21 shown as the leader, as he looks like he rolled down pit road and didn't stop. 15-second pit road visit as he just rolled pit road. John Garrett stopped for fuel, as did Franklin, no tires. Fuel for Evers, Rivard fuel, J.R. Deal fuel. Mike Edwards, I don't know what happened. It's showing a 27-second pit road visit, but it's also showing he didn't stop in his box. He's got some right front damage on that 14 truck. That's interesting. Let's look, see if maybe something happened on pit road we didn't see. Looks okay there. Let's see. No, he's got the right damage there too. And somewhere along the way, the 14 truck picks up right front damage. No telling where. I don't know. Maybe we can ask him. Let's go see. Clapper Newell comes back down pit road. Let's go find Edwards and see where he got the damage. Michael.
Hi.
Where'd you get that right front damage?
The very first green flag pit stop, I got doored on pit road.
Ow. Alright.
Yeah.
That's not fun. So now you have to keep it in the draft. Probably don't want to lead the line.
There's no optional or nothing either, so I think we're pretty well. The drought's fine.
Have you been out front yet with it? Like, is it still able to lead a line?
I was, yeah. Only for like a lap, though.
Well, as long as you're still able to. Alright, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Mike Edwards saying he got hit on pit road in the 14. That's where he picked up that right front damage. Love being able to just talk to drivers when I don't know something. Or when I do know something. Or just talking to drivers. It's a lot of fun. Perks of having so many awesome drivers hanging out in our driver Discord for Sidewinder. If you want to check it out, dgsracing.com. Click on the big red snake. That'll get you to our Discord where you can come hang out with us. Drivers all down in their team chats. We got 9 different leagues that we run, so you can come be a part of any of them. We got racing every single night, so if you got a free night, come race with us. We'd love to have you. Alright, all that took such a long time. I didn't get to get my commercial in. I really wanted to. But we'll have to wait a little bit longer on our commercial. Gotta make the sponsors happy. I love to make them happy. We'll go ahead and give them a verbal shout out. SimWrapMarket.com. Head on over there. Check out all the awesome things they have available for you, like custom paint bases that you can slap your sponsors on and look very nice out there on the racetrack. SimWrapMarket.com. Good folks over there helping us put on our broadcast this season. We appreciate them so much. Pace car is going to dive on off to the pit road here. Get back underway. Side by side now, the teammates. Dustin Franklin and John T. Garrett. John gets a good jump. Mike Edwards jumps to the bottom line, gets behind his teammate. Dustin Franklin going to stay on the top line with Bill Rivard. They're going to get a huge run down the backstretch here. Field screams fast down the backstretch. Now the 74 Franklin drops down in front of his teammate John Garrett. And we see the 4 Fort Worth Screen Esports machines lined up 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the inside line. Bill Rivard starting to use those pinch tactics, getting down real tight on the 74. Got 3 10-10 trucks up top. Bill Rivard, the 9 of J.R. Deal, the 68 of Jake Lawrence. And yes, the paint jobs on the 9 and 68 look a lot like the paint jobs on the 26 and the 14. I painted all of them, but they're not teammates. We just love them all. It's all part of our community. It's all good. Bill Rivard, outside line, gaining momentum. Topside's always the winning line, but it's safer on the bottom. So it's a game of when do you want to go and when do you not. Basically, that top line, you'll either win the race or wreck try-in from the top line. Franklin, the push from his teammate John Garrett, able to lead that lap. 29 to go from Daytona Beach. Top 3 trucks all Chevrolet. Then we got 4 Toyotas, a Chevy, and 4 Fords. I love this shot. So cool. Dustin Franklin, John Garrett. Garrett drifts up the track a little bit. Good thing Bill wasn't right on him like he has been a few times. That could have been a netcode disaster. To Garrett drifting up the track again. Perhaps not taking any tires so far this race, starting to show up a little bit in that 91 team. Having trouble keeping that Silverado down on the bottom lane. We got a blinker. Mikey in the 3 truck. Bouncing in and out there. That does a few things. One, it distracts the driver behind you and in front of you, but then you aren't technically pushing the truck in front of you, so your lane slows down, and the driver behind you can suddenly occupy your space, and when you come back from your disconnect there, it'll actually wreck you. Oh, it's Bill Rivard. There is contact from J.R. Deal. He comes down, knocks the 91 of John Garrett out of line. John Garrett coming back up in front of Scott Baker. We stay green. Tough break for John Garrett. We'll have to go back and see how that one unfolded. But it looked like Bill Rivard got turned down into the inside line. And it just took out... Oh, Cashineva is now on the grass. Looks like he's going to be able to hold on to it. Cashineva falls to the back and loses the draft. Somehow Bill Rivard's right back in there. Probably because John Garrett's truck caught him. John Garrett paying the price for whatever happened between Rivard and Deal. Let's see if we can't go back and find what took place there. Bear with us as we jump around a little bit. There you see Rivard and Garrett. Just gets shot down on a push, and it knocks the 91 truck out of whack. Great job coming back up without hitting anybody, and then Baker, the evasive maneuver at the back of the field. So that is what happened to the 91 for those of you John Garrett fans. Now there's only 3 Fort Worth trucks lined up on that inside line. A couple 10-10 trucks to the high side. J.R. Deal, and 68 of Jake Lawrence. 26 laps remaining. Now 25 as they go across the stripe. Dustin Franklin leads Ethan Evers, Mike Edwards. Topside, the 2 10-10s machines of J.R. Deal and the 68 of Jake Lawrence. My apologies to Jake, but I can't remember his KFRP nickname. We got driver chat off tonight because it's been a bit obnoxious. Bikey's gone up to the top now in the 3, gotten in between those 10-10s trucks, and now there's 5 trucks all working together as Bikey blinks out again. Looks like that top pack is down to 15 trucks. Looks like Cleaver down there on the inside line getting back up to speed. He's now shown 9 laps down after taking 9 minutes of damage repair for that 4 machine. Currently shown in the 19th spot. Let's take a quick look at our points here. We know Ledger didn't make the race tonight. Ethan Evers trying to stay on the inside. He's up there in the 3rd spot, so going well for him. And Jeremy Shear, Mike Edwards, they're all above the cut line. And Clapper Newell should be able to take advantage of Leggard not being here, but just by starting the race, but we'll see. Strange things do happen. Outside line starting to get that momentum up. JR Deal gets the number 9 out front. Have I used it? No, I paint my own stuff. JR Deal briefly gets the nose out front. And Dustin Franklin takes the lead back, going around the short distance. Evers in 26 getting a little bobble. Scared. Looks like both JR Deal and Jake Lawrence, they both shifted in response. So yeah, outside line is just not staying in a straight line. It's kind of broken him up. But Edwards, he's falling back on the inside line, so it's a little bit of both lines can't keep the trucks connected. And obviously you don't want to actually make contact all the way around the track, or that can cause a wreck. You can push a little bit, as you see Evers doing there on the straightaway. But if you try to do that in the corners, you'd probably turn the guy. Edwards falling well back of Ethan Evers, a whole 2 truck lengths. He's trying to pull back up there. Still 15 trucks in our lead pack here. Across the line, 21 to go. JR Deal out front again. Help from Jake Lawrence, Brandon Bikey. Field catching up on Scott Baker. You saw him avoid John Garrett. Baker already 1 lap down. This would put him 2 laps down as the field comes by. JR Deal squeezes down in front of Dustin Franklin, takes over the lead of the inside lane. Now Jake Lawrence leads the outside with the help of the 3 of Bikey. 10-10 boys are going to try to lead both lines. A solid team strategy, I would say. Jake Lawrence, JR Deal side by side, 68 and the 9. If you're wondering what's on the hood of that 68, it's a name tag that says, "Hello, I'm Jake from State Farm." Always have fun with Jake. And the color of the truck is khaki colored to go with his State Farm khakis. Khakis. Jake Lawrence, Brandon Bikey, Bill Rivard, Hunter Karsten, 5 of Justin Wilkinson, 69 of Joel Munchell. That is your outside line. Inside line, JR Deal, Dustin Franklin, Ethan Evers, Mike Edwards, 21 of Clapper Newell, 61 of David Snook. It's been about 14 laps since we've last been to pit road. A lot of the trucks came down on lap about 20 laps. So we're assuming there's going to be one more pit stop. But you never know with these guys. They can pull out surprises on you. Oh, the 26 gets up and into the 68 of Jake Lawrence, then collects Bill Rivard. 69 of J Munch gets into the wall. We stay green. Now the caution comes out. Looks like a race control caution for that one, as it was very delayed. Scott Baker once again having to avoid people as Bill Rivard trying to get back on track. So that one, I believe, was the 26 getting out of shape, Ethan Evers. And then I believe, unfortunately, that darn netcode strikes again. Here they are side by side. Evers comes up a little bit, and yep, there's the netcode. They never actually made contact, but 68 goes around. Netcode being brutal tonight. Well, now we should be good to make it to the end of the race. Sure, pit road will be a busy place. We'll wait and see who comes on down. It's giving us all the way to the other end. There we go. Should be everybody on the lead lap. Plus more. As Baker stays out, he'll probably take a wave around and get one of his laps back. John Garrett was able to stay on the lead lap after losing the draft. John Garrett will get back onto the lead lap, so that's good for the 91 team. See him just now get to his box. Our pole sitter going to be back with the main pack again. 17 to go. It's going to start to get real intense real fast. And drivers on the outside of the top 12 trying to get a win and make it to the playoffs. These trucks all taking damage repair. They're still sitting on your screen. Looks like Bikey, of course, Garrett, and J Munch, we saw him brush the wall there, and then Hurst, he's been repairing ever since that second accident he was in. 17 minutes of counting on the 76 team. There you see the three of Bikey, Garrett, a little awkward pit. It's pointed towards the wall. Let's see, J Munch, well, we can't see him from that angle. Well, he's in there, trust me. Cleaver 8 laps down in 19th place. Scott Baker. Scott Baker got the lucky dog. He was 2 laps down. No trucks were 1 lap down at the time. So Baker actually gets the lucky dog. He can come in and pit. And he'll be 1 lap down. The field had just gone by him. If he had just been able to hang on to the lead lap 1 lap longer, he would have been on the lead lap now. But now he has gone from 2 laps down to 1 lap down. So Baker gets the wave around in the 71. Lights are out on our Ford Mustang pace car. We're getting ready to go back to the green. Let's go have a chat with JR because why not? It's a long caution lap. Outlaw DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello. Well, you're out front there in that number 9 Swiss Army Toyota. What you got planned here?
To try to stay here, stay in front of the chaos.
Stay
I
in
don't want to be. I want no part of that.
In front of the chaos is always a good strategy. It's probably easier said than done. Looking around, you don't have a whole lot of teammates left around you.
No, I know.
You got 4 of them in this race, but none of them are near you.
Yeah, Jake's the reason why I'm up here.
Yeah, Jake was pushing the heck out of you.
Yeah, that was fun. Really fun.
What happened with you and Bill? Did you get a little bit too much into him and shoot him down there, or what happened?
I really don't know. It looked like there was plenty of room between all of us, but clearly RS said it wasn't.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Like I said, I haven't looked at it, so I have no idea. I just saw the 10 truck and shot down to the bottom. Like, Neko has been a biatch tonight. We've seen quite a lot of it, so
Yes, it has.
hopefully you can get it to the end here. Good luck to you, sir.
Appreciate it, brother.
That is JR Deal or Outlaw in the number 9 truck. So we're getting set for the restart. Love having chats with our drivers. Appreciate them allowing me to give them the business while they're out there doing their work. JR Deal gets us restarted in the blue restart zone. See, he's got a push from Mike Edwards in the 14. Couple Toyotas trying to work together on the bottom. You have a Chevy and Toyota up top. Dustin Franklin and Jeremy Clapper Newell in the 61 of Snook. Currently in the 3rd position on the outside line. It's about 6th on the racetrack. It's very weird to see JR Deal in the bottom lane. I don't know how to deal with this. JR's always a to the top kind of guy. A lot of these guys on the inside line, about 3rd, 4th, 5th on back, they're going to find out quickly that this is not where they want to be. Outside line is where the magic happens. Now, there's still plenty of time to wreck, but once they're done wrecking, the top side is the magic. But if you're on the top side and the wreck happens, there is nowhere for you to escape. You got a wall to one side and trucks to the other. That is the danger of the top side. Mike Edwards jumps in front of teammate Dustin Franklin. Edwards going to push from the outside line. JR Deal has to wait for help on the bottom. Now Franklin and Edwards go to the bottom in front of JR Deal, leaving Clapper Newell out in the Reese's Toyota. JR Deal probably wants to go to the top, and there it is. Very telegraphed move there. JR Deal now going to wait for help from Clapper Newell. Hunter Karsten, now the 3rd truck in line on the inside, has the 34 dude Castro Neves 4th in line on the inside. And then the 5 of Justin Wilkinson. Starting to work his way to the front now that the pay window is getting ready to open. Three wide there. Snook, Castro Neves, and Bill Rivard. Rivard known to go to that top side, as are most of the 10-10 trucks. We got 3 of them out in that outside line. We could see them all go to the 3rd lane and together. JR leading. Bill Rivard, the pink and white truck, and then the khaki and red 68, all teammates. Ethan Evers has jumped to that high line. He's all the way up to the back of that pack now. That'll put him around 13th, 14th. Inside line kind of broken apart towards the middle and back. Wilkinson leaving plenty of room for an escape if he needs it. Alkire doing the same. A little secondary pack is formed behind these guys. There is Bikey and the Chief. Bikey severely damaged number 3, not able to maintain the draft. It's like the 91 John Garrett's gone all the way to the top. Let's see if Ethan Evers goes with him. I believe he might try to. Bill Rivard now in the middle. JR Deal going to try to help Rivard. So he's going to keep the 9 in the middle. Clapper Newell just trying to find anybody to run with. He's on Team Blockbuster. His teammate is the 34, the black, red, and blue machine. Clapper Newell dancing on the front of that 10's bumper. That is dangerous. The 3 got into someone. Didn't see that. Tough break for Mikey. He was having a really good debut in the Truck Series. Oh, Bill Rivard gets turned off the nose of David Snook. The wreck is taking a long time to start, but there it goes. And the 5 of Wilkinson, who'd been trying to stay in the back and avoid everything all race long, goes around. I believe that started around Snook in the 61. Let's see if we can get a ride with him on the fire chase. See how that one unfolded. Here we are, 3 wide. Gets in the back of the 10 truck, a bad push, turns Rivard. Rivard very lucky to just get bounced right back and going straight again. Folks behind Rivard, not as lucky. Justin Wilkinson, Jake Lawrence, the 68. Let's see if we can pick up on Lawrence. He got into the wall, got some damage, but he's still going straight. Alkire. There's Brennan, Margison, Karsten. That Wilkinson turned around. Wilkinson will probably have to take a fast repair here, but 10 to go. He doesn't have to, but that right side is pretty torn up. Let's go ahead and get a quick commercial break in while we watch our trucks circle around. We'll check it out here in a second, Matt. Let's get our commercial in. Make our sponsors happy. We appreciate them so much. As always, we appreciate our friends over at SimWrapMarket.com. Thank them so much for helping us put on our broadcast and our show. We appreciate them. The camera just switched to right when we were coming back from commercial, but there is Bill Rivard on pit road. None of these cameras want to show him, but trust me, he's there. There he is, the 10 of Bill Rivard. The 5 of Justin Wilkinson. He's going for repair instead of taking the quick repair. He's trying to fix it the long way. Try to save that fast repair as long as he can. Let's go ahead and take a look, see who's still got fast repairs and who doesn't. Let's see. Edwards has his. Franklin, Clapper Newell, Garrett, Evers, Snook all still have one. J Munch, Wilkinson, so this 5 truck we're watching now still has his. Rivard's already used his, so he's got to take as much repair as he can the hard way. So he still sits on pit road. Let's try to find out where the field is. They're coming out of turn number 4, so they're going to want to get off pit road in a hurry if you are trying to stay on a lead lap, such as Bill Rivard. Margison rolling down off pit road. And Rivard finally down and away. He's going to barely stay on the lane lap, but only just. So Rivard in 16th maintains lead lap. That truck's been through a battle for sure. So he bounced off John Garrett there at one point. Garrett did not take his fast repair and is in the 5th position after all of that. So that's impressive as he got knocked down into the infield. The lights are out on our Ford Mustang pace car. We're getting set for a restart here. It could be if they paid any money to us. Or if someone donated in their name. It could be. Michael Edwards in the 14. Got that breast cancer awareness Toyota on the point. JR Deal is P2. His yellow and red Swiss Army Toyota. Dustin Franklin is 3rd. Clapper Newell 4th. Ethan Evers. John Garrett's 5th. Ethan Evers 6th. Chris Alkire, David Snooks, row 4, Hunter Carson, Brandon Bikey able to stay on lead lap, got that truck repaired. Now he's got a brand new ride and a brand new outlook on this race with 8 laps to go. Field works their way out of turn number 4. Going through the short chute, that Ford Mustang will eventually make a left turn, head back to the pit. The 14 of Edwards will lead us to the restart. Comes the field into the blue restart zone. Edwards gets us rolling early on the restart zone. Dustin Franklin, John Garrett trying to hook up and push the 14. Those 3 Fort Worth Screen Esports trucks working together, get 1, 2, and 3. John Garrett immediately goes to the top, gets in front of JR Deal. Jeremy Clapper Newell, the 21, is going to take his position on the bottom. Ethan Evers right behind Snook. JR Deal looking for some help. Evers probably going to move up to the top, and he has. Edwards leads in the 14. John Garrett coming on the high side with the help of JR Deal and Ethan Evers. And here comes that top lane. Wonder if that right front damage on the 14 may be upsetting that truck a little bit. John Garrett, our pole sitter, takes the lead on the top side going through the tri-oval. John Garrett leads the lap. Now just 6 laps remaining at Daytona Beach. Coming down to the wire. JR Deal right where he likes to be, up on that top lane. I believe when it gets to be about 2 to go, you'll see him go all the way to the 3rd lane. The Deal brothers love the top side. Two by two, working through corner here. Mike Edwards in the 14 leads Dustin Franklin, John Garrett. Start pushing and shoving, and it's going to come down to it. Intensity's going to pick up. These guys are going to stop being nice and start getting everything they can. That's when trouble can happen in a hurry. See it here towards the end of the race all the time in these pack type racing. I am very impressed with that right front damage. That 14 can stay any kind of close to the front. Aerodynamics, not ideal. John Garrett leads down the backstretch now. John Garrett, Mike Edwards continue to trade the lead. Front 2 cars in each line. Bill Rivard stuck in the back trying to find somewhere to go. Believe John Garrett leads that lap. Now 4 laps to go. Clapper Newell falling back from the 74 of Franklin and the 14 of Edwards. That's going to slow down the inside line. Energy really starts to generate from about the 3rd truck. And with that gap that Clapper Newell left towards Franklin, that's going to hurt that inside line speed. Ethan Evers looks to the inside of JR Deal. Evers is there. JR tries to pinch him, gets out of shape, and the wreck is on. This is the wreck we all kind of expected. Ethan Evers, JR Deal coming together, and then once again, it looked like Netcode knocked one of the trucks sideways. And we are back under yellow. Well, that was all started around Outlaw and the 26 of Evers. See him bouncing around there. The 9 really crowding down. Let's try to take a far chase look at this one. I promise I know how to do this. There it is. So right along with Deal, Evers wants to put him 3 wide because Deal's way up there. Evers gets there, JR Deal comes down on him, and that upsets the 26 a little bit, and then you see the Netcode do the rest. JR Deal gets into the wall. That's going to be some fast repairs for a number of these guys. Oh my gosh, what a ride. Who is that just killed the inside wall? Let's see, there's Clapper Newell, but I think it was the red truck in front of him. Was that Margison? No, it wasn't Margison. Let's see if it was Wilkinson in the 5. Someone obliterated that inside wall. Yeah, there it is. Wilkinson getting thrown up in the air in the 5, blowing the motor. Tough break for Wilkinson. He tried so hard to get up there and have a good run. Tried to save his truck till the end, but trying to come back through the field, not able to make it. So Edwards going to be out front as Evers comes to pit road from 5th. Evers still had that fast repair as we see on the left. I'm sure he'll use it here. J Munch still had one. Let's see, his truck's a little battered. He might take it here. If it's bad enough. He missed his pit box, got to back up. Yep, brand new truck for the 69. J Munch takes that fast repair. Ethan Evers, yeah, he's taking his fast repair. So his fast repair is coming off the board. Top 4 still have them. Ethan Evers, Clapper Newell still have them. I don't know why it says Evers still has one. I'm pretty sure he just took it. Ah, there it updates. Okay. He just took it a minute to update. Bikey, all of them are gone. Just the top 4 and Wilkinson. Wilkinson still had one, but he had to take a tow. So Wilkinson stuck on pit road with the long tow times, usually about 3-4 minute tow. He'll probably end up going a lap down, but has a fast repair when he's done. So there's that. Again, if you guys would like to come check us out, dgsracing.com. Click on the big red snake. That'll get you to our Discord where you can come hang out and race with us. We appreciate you. dgsracing.com. Our Discord has 9 different leagues you guys can come run. We race every single night. You got a night free. We've got a league for you to run in. We welcome everyone. So come on, check it out. dgsracing.com. Let's take one last look at our SimWrapMarket.com commercial because I'm supposed to play 2 of them. Or we'll play it after the race. That's fine. Jake's over it and see you on Tuesday. All right, buddy. Sorry you had your tough break. Good luck to you. Truck looked good. You had some speed in it, my man. Eventually you'll have to catch some luck. Eventually, right? Let's go get a word with Dustin Franklin. Question of is sad. Is that because I've had voice chat muted all night? Lights out on our pace car. Let's see. Dustin Franklin. There he is. Dustin, DG, got a copy?
Hey, how's it going, man?
All right, I know you're getting ready to go back to green, but I just want to come say you're in second place. See if you got any thoughts on these last few laps here. That 74 truck. What do you got to do? What it takes to win?
I was clean. I still got the faster pair. I'm going to use it. I guess I'm faster. There's not too many trucks, it looks like. But yeah, man, it's been a fun race so far. I've been working with my teammates a lot. I think we've been controlling this race, and they started getting a little racy. I guess they got fed up with that, and they were trying to get a little racy with us, and started having a little stand of cautions here.
Yeah, it seems to be. All right, well, is it the team working together to make sure one of the truck wins, or is it everybody for themselves after this?
I mean, we definitely want one of us to win, but I think once we get there, we're gonna definitely all throw it, full send.
All right, good luck to you in the 74 truck out there.
Appreciate you, man.
Dustin Franklin, the Fort Worth screen truck there on the outside lane. He'll be starting second alongside the 14 of Mike Edwards. They'll be the front row. John Garrett, pole sitter, lines up in third. Then you see Snook. Somehow that 61 truck, enough speed to be up in fourth. That nose has been damaged the whole race. You see on the left side, he still has his faster pair. Has not used it. Field works their way through turns 3 and 4. We're getting set for the green-white checker attempt number 1. It's about to get real exciting. Pace car dives on in. Mike Edwards gets us restarted in the blue restart zone. He's got the 91 of John Garrett, 74 Dustin Franklin alongside him. They need to get single file or this is going to backfire on them as the field catches up to them in a hurry. He got such a good jump. There's a big gap behind him. Now they're single file. Yeah, Edwards, John Garrett, and Dustin Franklin, 1, 2, 3, lined up on the inside line. Looks like Scott Baker trying to make a move to duck out further back. Now it looks like Franklin, Ethan Evers, and Dustin Franklin on the top side. They're trying to shift around Hunter Carson in the 27. Get some momentum building on the top side. Remember Ethan Evers' brand new race truck after he took his faster pair on the last caution. Now we hit the white flag. Last lap from Daytona Beach. White flag in the air. Baker out of shape in the background. It's going to take Baker out of this one. Now it's Edwards and Franklin battle top and bottom. John Garrett trying to push Mike Edwards. Roar down the backstretch. See him heading straight towards us. Ethan Evers looks like he's going to try to go 3 wide here. J Munch doesn't know which one to push. His 69 truck. No help. J Munch not going to be able to get up there. So he gets in front of Ethan Evers. Here they come off turn number 4. Mike Edwards out in front of John Garrett. We got a wreck in the background as Margerson goes around. Now Hunter Carson gets turned. And we got a big mess with Mike Edwards with the win. John Garrett picks up second. The calamity behind him. It looks like Clapper Newell may have picked up third. J Munch 4th. Franklin 5th. Evers 6th. J.R. Deal 7th. Hunter Carson in 8th. But the Cave RP Toyota for Mike Edwards picking up the victory here. Absolutely outstanding job by all those team trucks working together. Mike Edwards pulls that one off with a damaged right front fender. That's impressive. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This man's been on a tear. He's won so much this week. We'll turn driver chat back on just to see what he has to say. Oh, I seen it. Ryan. I seen it. I did check it.
Shit.
That's a good way to sum up this one. Oh, the short answer is I don't have one. I seen it. Mike Edwards in the 14, getting victory tonight after winning in the Cup race last night, and then Tuesday night, John Garrett, who pushed Mike to the win, won in the Xfinity Series. Now the camera is giving us a terrible angle. Mike Edwards burning it down in the grass, Dale Earnhardt style. Edwards will roll it back up to the track. If we can get our top 3 to the interview room, Edwards and John Garrett going to do team burnout here. Finishing 1-2. John Garrett, of course, sponsors the 14 truck. You'll stop letting Michael win? No. I'm a happy owner right now, okay? Happy team owner.
Do we have any interviews tonight?
Really, Clapper? This guy. Not even on track. Can't find you. There he is. Of course you have interviews. What's wrong with you? Well, you somehow brought us across the line third through all that calamity. How was it out there in the Reese's Toyota?
It was good. I didn't know I don't know. I think we went 3 wide there, and I got pushed to the grass, and I just kept it to the floor and just kept trying to steer it straight and hoping for the best.
Somehow you came out third. Well, that's kind of how it goes some nights. Congrats on the third place finish. You got any of those friends, family, and sponsor shout outs to give out to us tonight?
I know I don't win much or place up third with our team. So I want to shout out caverp.com, Fourth Worth screen printing, Labor 12, EPI, you of course, Martin Sport, everyone that's believed in me. I don't know, man. It's just tough.
It is. And here you are for the third place finish. And a nice run out there in your 21 truck. And we'll see you in the next race. And we'll see you in the playoffs, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that broadcast.
Yes, sir. And we'll see you. We'll see you next race. We'll see you tomorrow night, right?
Yep.
All right, bud. Take care.
You too.
Clapper Newell in the 21, picking up third place as it shows us the 68 and 10 for some reason. Who knows? Let's go find our friend John Garrett. I'm sure there. He is. John DG up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, it was an exciting finish there, and you pushed your Fort Worth sponsored 14 truck to victory lane tonight after picking up the win Tuesday night. You just want to roll out there in the Fort Worth team. How's it feeling out there?
Good. Yeah, I was afraid I was going to get lapped after I got in that little altercation, and I was losing 4 seconds a lap. But luckily, a caution come out, and we got to regroup. Got a nice run on the outside, 3 wide there, just before they wrecked. So that put us in 5th and 6th, and put us in a good team position there to get a good finish.
Yes, sir. It looked like it was a lot of fun. How much fun are you having in leagues this season? Because you've been doing so great. How much fun has it been?
Oh, it's been great, especially this league. Well, all the different series within this league. It's been great. Good competition, lots of count. So it's been fun.
Well, we love having you. It's cool to be able to brag and say we have an ARCA driver in our series. So we appreciate you and all the stuff you do for our community. Thank you so much, my friend. And you got those friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs to give out to us tonight. And don't forget Schultz Vodka tonight.
Well, you already did it.
Yeah, Schultz.
Schultz Vodka, Dead Parent Rum, GSMT, which is my sister-in-law, Glashonda Sherman. Cookout, Head Candy, Fort Worth Screen Printing, Athens Screen Printing, my stream, Freelancers Bar and Grill across the street, who has a coffee robot installed. If you're ever
That's
in
awesome.
Athens, Texas, come check that out. And yeah, thanks to everybody else, especially you, DG, for putting this on. I know it takes a lot of your time up during the week, but we appreciate it.
Definitely does. All right, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Congrats on the P2 finish and pushing your Fort Worth truck to a win. Congrats.
Yeah, we'll see if we can sweep the series tomorrow night.
Heck
Sweep
yeah.
the leagues.
That'd be fun. All right, bud. Have a good night, sir.
Thank you.
John Garrett. Bringing it home in P2. Now let's go grab man of the hour. Mike Edwards in the 14 truck, winning back-to-back nights. Sir, what are you doing in the water that is making you win all these races?
Something in the water, man. I couldn't tell you. I had to figure it out myself.
Oh, appreciate it. I had to figure out where that was coming from.
John Garrett randomly interrupting your interview. But how did you get it done tonight? It looked like good teamwork.
Yeah, that's really all it was. Great teamwork the whole night. It seems like all the Fort Worth boys are up front, literally like the whole race, and I'm just kind of cruising behind them all. And next thing you know, there's like 20 laps to go.
Damn forward, and you guys did a great job all up front. You got those friends, family, and sponsors shout-outs to drop for us tonight?
Yep, everybody at Cave RP. I know I saw Man Cave in here earlier, so shout out to him. Fort Worth Screen Printing, as always, EPI, Labor 12, Maribel's Mobile Detailing, and you for doing these beautiful team paints and doing this podcast. And hey, I finally got a win with you podcasting, so how about
that? You did. Congrats on that one. And let's see what else. Oh, the CaveRP, caverp.com. Just if you don't know what that is, if you're into Grand Theft Auto at all, go check it out. That's all I'm going to say. CaveRP.com. Go check it out. All right. Well, congrats on the victory tonight. We appreciate you, my man, and good job. It's nice to be able to call a win for a truck I own.
Yep, but it's pretty cool. And as always, shout out to our sponsor, SimWrapMarket.
Absolutely. Appreciate SimWrapMarket.com. We're going to throw them one more commercial towards the end of this, but yeah, we appreciate them helping us put on this series. Thanks to Justin Wilkinson and the Collins, James Collins, those folks over there. We appreciate them quite a lot, helping us out, getting us broadcasted, making us look good. We appreciate it. They do a great job. So thank you to our partners at SimWrapMarket.com. All right, Mikey, put on that administrator hat. I know I put you under the bus a lot because I do most of the work. Let's put it that way. But how are you feeling about the season so far?
It's going by way too quick.
It is, but I mean, it's fun. It's nice. We just finished the regular season for about half of our league. A few more to go. We hit our 500th race on Monday night. 500 Sidewinder races. Can you even believe that?
No, not really. I felt like we were just getting this started with our good buddy Swice, and kind of getting taken off.
Yeah, Swice wasn't even there when it started. It started as just the ARCA League.
Yeah, when Lucas dominated.
I mean, Lucas still dominates.
Not anymore.
Well, he doesn't show up as much, but when he does show up, he wins the race.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can beat Lucas in the long run.
Yeah, Lucas is just the all-out competitor for sure, but he was the first 2 seasons of ARCA champion, and we appreciate him and all his team and CTC. Those guys do for us. We appreciate them, and Brian got started CTC, I think, so appreciate him still hanging out with us and sponsoring us, helping us out, getting things going. Such a good community, I think, and that was really the whole goal from the beginning, was to have just a tight-knit group family, basically. And like the racing's kind of secondary to it, even though it's our main thing that we show off. That's still like community is our number one goal.
There you go. Said it pretty perfect.
All right, bud. Well, we appreciate you, and thanks for letting me razz on you, and thanks for driving my trucks. We appreciate you.
No problem. Thanks for letting me drive them.
Mike Edwards getting the victory tonight. We appreciate him in the 14 truck. Having a nice little fun moment with my guy there. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. It's been iRacing.com. You can head on over there, pick up these trucks, this track, and come race with us. Let's see. Right here. This is what we want. Results page. There it goes. Mike Edwards, John Garrett, Jeremy Clapper Newell picking up the third with their wreck there at the end. Jay Munch coming home fourth, sideways across the line. Dustin Franklin in fifth. Ethan Evers sixth. J.R. Deal seventh. Hunter Carson eighth. Scott Baker picking up a top 10. And Ryan Brennan in 10th. Page 2. David Snook, Zach Martinson, Brandon Bikey, Justin Wilkinson, Chris Alkire, Bill Rivard, Cody Cleaver, Jake Lawrence, Dude Castro Neves, and Richard Hurst, your top 20. And the final 3, Damon Nagel, Randy Lee, and Daniel Llewellyn. Tough break for those 2 Labor 12 trucks back there at the back, but we appreciate them anyway. Thank you guys all for coming out and racing with us tonight. Let's see, what else? That's pretty much it. Head on over to dgsracing.com if you want to become part of our community. We love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. Tito saying he needed one more caution at the end. Yeah, you did. Because you got it lapped down, right? And on the toe, which you had a brand new truck. So you needed that caution to get back on the lead lap. All right, well, thanks for watching our broadcast from the DG Broadcast Network. Let's go ahead and give you a final word from our SimWrapMarket sponsors. We appreciate them for helping us out, so make sure to keep your eyeballs on this really cool commercial that they have first. Alrighty. Thank you so much for the folks at SimWrapMarket helping us put on our broadcast tonight. Appreciate them as always. That is going to do it for us from Daytona Beach. Mike Edwards, your victor tonight, and we'll head on into the playoffs. We'll get the points up in Discord shortly. If you need to check those out in the chat, you can do ! leagues. That'll get you the link to our Discord. You can head on over there, check it out, or dgsracing.com if you're on YouTube. Click on the big red snake. That'll get you to the Discord. Either way, come check it out. We'd love to have you, even if you don't race. You can come hang out and be a fan. We appreciate you so much for watching tonight's broadcast, and we'll see you in the next event. Thank you so much.